GPT made me a fully decentralized application, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how I use GPT to make a fully decentralized application. So okay, whenever I'm talking to ChatGPT, I try to make it as interactive as possible. So I always start with my greeting first. Hello. So we are going to ask GPT to help us with building our simple counter DAO. So this is how I'm going to type it. So I am a beginner trying to learn blockchain development. Click to build a simple counter. Please show me the steps and code to. So what we're trying to tell GPT here is that we're letting him know that okay, we are not that familiar with blockchain development. You are telling GPT that you are a beginner, that it should help you build a simple counter DAO. So what you are literally telling him is that both of you should build a simple counter DAO. So you telling GPT that you are a beginner already makes your work easy. You're already telling him that okay, the code that you're going to be providing, make it as easy to understand as possible. So that's literally what all this is saying. So we're going to click this, send. So we are going to skip this. So we got a response from GPT. So you can see this is our response. So all we simply have to do is to follow the steps and build what we can build. So sure, we can see step 1, set up a project. So we create a new directory for our project. So we quickly go to our command line terminal, then we copy this code. Then let me zoom this out a little bit so you're able to see what I'm doing. So we do a Ctrl V. So after pasting it, then we initialize a new npm project. So I don't need to do this because I already have npm installed and I already have web2.js installed. So if you don't have npm installed and web2.js installed, you can simply install them using this npm install web3 and npm init. So let's head over to step 2. So step 2, this with the smart contract, then we create a file called counter.so and paste the following Solidity code. This smart contract defines a simple counter with functions to increment, decrement, and get the current count. Compile the smart contract. You need to compile the Solidity code into bytecode. So we are going to go to our remix because we'll be using remix to deploy this. Since using harder than truffle is quite difficult and complex for you, so we are going to be using remix to deploy and compile instead. Okay, so we're going to go to test and create new file. So we're creating a counter. We'll create a counter.sol. Then we do what? We'll paste it, right? We'll paste. So before we do anything, we need to install with our ganache. So we need to connect our remix to our ganache so that we'll be using that for the DAP, testing of the DAP when we finally finish everything we're doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the RPC server, right? We're going to take note of the RPC server. Then we go to our remix, then we go to environment, then we go to dev ganache, then we replace with our RPC here. You can see. So we just have to replace this with our 7. Replace this with 7. And then I'm gonna paste it here. It's already telling me to start with small letter. So, okay. What's wrong with this? Dev ganache. Then I'm trying to. Then, okay, this is supposed to be small letter. Then, okay, right? It's okay. We've connected our ganache. You can see first account connected to our ganache. Then we'll deploy. So we hit deploy. You can see our contract was successfully deployed. You can see our transaction went successfully. Then, after deploying, we open this code in Remix. So to be able to open this code in Remix, we do a code period. So this automatically takes us to Remix. Sorry, VS Code rather. Then we copy the JavaScript code. This connects us to the Ethereum network. So we create a new JavaScript file called app.js. Then create a new file. .js. So we'll paste the code. After pasting the code, remember we have to connect to our ganache. Then we'll go to our ganache. Then we'll copy our PC server. Then we'll create copy. Then we'll replace it with this. Alright. After replacing it with this, then we'll paste our contract address here. So we'll go over to Remix. Then we get our contract address. We copy. We'll go over to VS Code. Then we'll paste our contract address here. And after pasting our contract address here, then you can see our contract ABI. You can see the ABI. We're importing the ABI, so we have to create a file for the ABI. So we're going to name it. We're currently naming this counter ABI. So name this counter ABI. The JSON. Then we're quickly going to Remix to grab the ABI. To get the ABI, you need to hit this Solidity button. Then we'll go down. Then you can see the ABI is currently here. So copy the ABI. After copying the ABI, we go to our remix. Then we'll paste it here. So we save. We hit Ctrl S. Then we go down. So we can see our function increment counts. We are going to be specifying which address is going to be sending the transaction. So we go to Remix to grab our first account, we copy it, then we go back to VS Code, then we paste our first account here. We want to be sending all our transactions from this account. That's what that simply means. So we paste it here. So we can see everything is in perfect condition. So what we have to do now is to bring up our terminal. So we'll go to terminal, then new terminal. So we're going to be testing this file. You can see we called all the function get count, increment count, get count, increment count, get count. So for each function we call, you can see there's a console.log attached to it, so we'll be able to see everything that we called. So we'll go to our GPT for our next instruction. Then you can see we'll run the script, we copy, we'll go to our terminal, we'll paste. Then what did he say? Web3 is not a constructor. Oh, we have to add our curly braces to our Web3. I don't know, this is not in the documentation, but we have to always do this. I don't know why, but we have to add our curly braces. Then we run our command again. Node up, right? Up, it's JS. So you can see count increment and count decrement, and you can see our code run successfully. So if you got this, kudos, you're almost we are halfway done. So our contract is working and our back end is all working. So all we simply have to do now is to create an HTML file. So we go to VS Code, we create an HTML file, we name it index.html. So we're going to grab our code from GPT. So we copy the code, our index.html code. We're going to paste it here. Right? So we're going to paste it here. We're going to replace this with our RPC. Always try to replace our Web3 with our RPC so that our transaction will be coming from our Ganache. We'll be using our test ethers in Ganache to run the transaction instead of Ray ether. So we replace it with our RPC, we replace our contract address. So we head over to Remix. So copy a contract address, right? I'll go over to VS Code and see we paste our contract address here. We'll go to our ABI. So we'll grab our ABI, we'll copy our ABI. We'll go to index.html, then we'll paste our ABI here. Right? Then what else? Okay, our front end is ready. So I'm going to right click, then we'll open with live server. So we're going to see our beauty. So let's click on increment function. Oops. The increment is not working, the increment is not working. So let's see what is the problem. So we'll go to our console. Okay, so we failed. Okay, let's see what the problem is. It's from our index.html. So let me zoom this out a little bit. So you can see we forgot to replace this with our Ethereum address where our transaction will be coming from. So I mean, it's a mistake that everybody can do. So all we simply have to do is to replace this with our address that we'll be running our transaction from. Replace this. Then we'll hit Ctrl S. So please always use your console whenever your code is not working. It might give you a clue of what's wrong, so you'll be able to get what's wrong. So we're going to use the increment function. You can see our account was incremented successfully. So we're going to do the increment function. So let's ask GPT to help us with some styling. So please, GPT, help me with some basic styling. So let's add some. So you can see. Let's wait for it to finish. So you can see. Yes, we are going to copy the style. We just simply need to copy the style. So the style tag. So copy the style tag. Then we add it immediately after our title. So immediately after our title, no, paste it here. So we save. So you can see this is a basic styling. See the increments. You can see increment function. You can see our count is incrementing. You can see our count is decrementing. So this, if you did every step till now and you got everything correctly, kudos, you did a very great job. And if you didn't, you can simply watch the video again and try again. So GPT is actually bad at styling. You can see the count is supposed to be here. I don't know where he's taking the count to. So, but we did a great job. We did a simple count with the help of GPT. So, thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.